Tottenham Hotspur go top of the Premier League table. 3 wins from 3 clean sheets, 3-1-0 victories, another goal from Son Heung-min today. The Nuno revolution continues, and they look very strong indeed. Very resolute. Probably should have won by a few more goals. Kane having a typical August, really, in terms of goal scoring in the Premier League. But Nuno is going to be very, very happy. The Spurs revolution is going to continue to motor forward. Still some more transfers to come this window, many people predict. But as it stands right now, Tottenham Hotspur, as you can see to the right-hand side of the screen as you're seeing it, Spurs, they're 3 wins from 3. The only team with a perfect record so far, and the only team with a perfect record left in the Premier League so far. What a start for them. It could get even better. The contrast compared to their North London rivals is absolutely massive. We are going to take your calls today. We do want your thoughts and your feelings. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Yesterday, Facebook, over there on Give Me Sport on Facebook, you beat YouTube for the first time on a match reaction show by getting the most amount of likes. Will YouTube respond in kind today? Hit that like and that share button. Spurs top of the league, as I say. Never doubt Nuno. Top class manager. Here we go. Welcome back to the terrace. It rolls on again. Another good week for Tottenham. No one's going to get carried away right now. Nobody's going to talk about winning Premier Leagues. Nobody's going to talk about, anything crazy along those lines. No one's going to do that. But an excellent win from Tottenham. 3 wins from 3. New manager in. Very, very comfortable place for them to be. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Some comments here. Jude says, come on, you Spurs. Evelyn says, I wonder why Arsenal didn't go for Nuno. Listen, I wondered why everybody was criticizing Nuno as the new Spurs manager when he came. I could not, for the life of me, understand it in any way, in any shape, or in any form. One of the best managers in the league, without a shadow of a doubt. One of the best managers in the Premier League. One of the most sought-after managers in Europe. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody wants an opportunity of going in for him. I was just surprised that it was met with such... And I'll be honest with you, it was met with like disappointment. Like, a lot of people seem disappointed, especially Tottenham fans. Who is he? Why is he here? Etc. And look at the start you've had. 3 wins from 3. I haven't looked at it statistically. That's got to be one of the best starts that Tottenham Hotspur have ever had to the Premier League in their lifetime. Ever. So, I mean, they should just be, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely over the moon. Their North London rivals are bottom with practically the opposite record to them. It's an excellent start, there's no doubt. Google was my idea, says Chelsea will win the league 100%. Daniel says, and Tottenham fans said no to Nuno. Tottenham fans had no idea what they were I don't know. Maybe it's because they nearly got Conte and they looked at it as a step down. Brilliant. Blue Viper says, well done to Spurs. Let's see what some more of you were saying in here. Man like Leaf says, top of the league. That you are. You're top of the league, flying high right now, and you're only going to get better. Some people will try and downplay this and say 3-1-0 wins. Let them say 3-1-0 wins. Let them say this. You shouldn't even care if they're... In fact, you should care. Anybody that's popping at this, it's only 3-1-0 wins. Yeah, resolute. Yeah, you hung on a little bit against Wolves last week. But how often in the last 2 years have Spurs been able to be this stable at the back? You've got Eric Dyer looking like a quality centre-back. You've still got so many more players to integrate and get used to the Premier League. It's unbelievable. Like, Romero isn't playing yet. Do you know how good he is? You've got Tanganga, who's one of the best up-and-coming defenders I've seen in a while through the Spurs Academy. Excellent. There's so much more to be added. Hill to come in and play regularly. And I still think there's a signing or 2 more in the pipeline for you. Was it the best performance Spurs have put in their lifetimes? No. But resolute. Leaf said, everyone in the mud. Well, listen, I'm telling you now, if you're an Arsenal fan, okay, if you're an Arsenal fan here and you're looking at this, the pain must be real. the pain must be real because Spurs were looked at as having a terrible summer. They couldn't find a manager. They weren't making any signings. And then suddenly, boom, out of nowhere, it's the complete opposite effect. Top of the league, the strongest we've seen them in 2 years. AMT says, I mentioned before, Spurs' best signing is Nuno. Spelt his name correctly this time. I hear you. Nuno is top class. Top class. Always has been and was always going to be. Perfect weekend. Tottenham go top of the league and the Scums are bottom of the league. All 1-0 wins, but who cares? It's still 3 points. Trust me, every team in the Prem wishes they had 3 1-0 wins and had 3 wins and had 9 points right now. The only team with a 100% record remaining in the Premier League. Positive goal difference. 9 points, 3 wins, no defeats, no draws. The only team. Look, we'll scroll down. No one else has got it. No one else. Look where Arsenal are. You've already got a 9-point gap between you and your biggest rivals. And you're 3 games in. It's an excellent start to this campaign. An excellent start indeed. We're going to open up the lines now for you to come on and have your say. I want to hear from some Spurs fans. How happy are you with the start of your campaign? What do you think you can go on to from here? Etc. I want to hear from you now. We need to know about how you're thinking and feeling about this. No one expects you to say you're going to win the league or anything along those lines. No one is saying that. But what a position that you find yourselves in at this moment in time. It's a great place for you to be. There's no doubt about it. It is a great place for Tottenham to be right now. It really is. 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. We want to hear from you. The link is coming right about now. We're going to put that in. The pinned comment as well, though, and Spurs fans are going to be interested in this. We are promoting the fan awards. This is for the football fans to award the Player of the Month award to a Premier League player. And we'll show you that in just a moment. So I'm going to show you who is available, who you can vote for, and all that jazz. There are 3 people that are available for you that you can vote for, they're linked in the description below as well, by the way, if you want to go in there and do it. It's all open now for you to go in and have your say. Click here for the winner and you can go and get that done. Obviously, I've already put my vote in, so I can't do it anymore. So I'm going to put the article forward for you so you can see. Let me just go back here now. If you click on this link, it's going to look very, very different. As I say, I've already put my vote in, so I can't vote. But there's 3 nominees. And Spurs fans, you are going to be interested because one of them is your very own boy. One of them is your very own boy that we're going to show you now. So here's the fan awards. Go and get that done. When you go on there, this looks a little bit different. You can click on there and vote. But they are the nominees this month, as you can see. Mupe, Pogba, Antonio, Jota, Tanganga, Danny Ings. They are the nominees for the Premier League Player of the Month. It's been written out here by Al Harrier at Give Me Sport. Go in there and get it done. If you click on the link in the pinned comment or in the description below, go and vote in now. All you've got to do is put your email address in, click the team you support, and click on the player you want to vote for. The voting lines, as you can see, are open for another 18 hours. You've got 18 hours to go and get your votes in, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you want to win? Spurs fans, I know you're going to vote for Tanganga. There's a little write-up on everybody as well, what they've done. We'll scroll down to Tanganga. Another good performance from him today. They're all the players that have been nominated. So go and get that done right about now, ladies and gentlemen. Go and get that done now. Very happy about the good start, but only early days. It will get harder as the months go by, but we just need to go 1 game at a time. And you're bang on, Jerome. It is 1 game at a time here for Tottenham. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Sorry, my focus is out a bit. I wanted to get a little bit closer. Hopefully that'll brighten. There we go. That's better. But it is a great start. Nuno making us look like a well-organized team is what the Hotspur Reacts has got to say. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. Resolute. Igao not unhappy. Yeah, Gal's not happy right now. Jude again says best defense in the league, by the way. Come on, you Spurs. We're going to start getting to your calls very, very soon. Want to know what you're thinking and feeling. I'm going to post the link again if you haven't seen it already. Well, let me just get that on now. We'll post that link again for you to come on and have your say. I know a lot of you want to phone up generally. My FPL ranking. No way. Are you in the £155,000 category? Go on, Mice. Let's go take a look at it. Are you really? Are you really? Is that where you're ranked? Let's go and have a look. I haven't checked my team today. I have my team ready, but I haven't gone and checked my ranking point. Let me go log in here. Is that where you are with a football terrace? That is amazing. Imagine playing the Premier Leagues when you could have played ours and won 200. Go on, my son. I really hope one of the terrace alumni win. I really hope one of the terrace, because you'll just take me out for dinner, bruv. That's what I'm saying to you, right? We're bringing you these deals. We're bringing you these opportunities along with Give Me Sport. Really? Is that where you are? Bruv, I'm 35,000th out of 36,000 people. I'm having a nightmare, bruv. I'm having a nightmare. In relation to my points this week. Let's see where you're ranked. Wow. That's a well done you, brother. Well done you. Well happy for you for being ranked there, my friend. Well done to you. What's your username on the game? I want to see it. Right. Because there's my team. There's my team on the FPL. As you can see, I'm doing awfully. I've only got 141 points. Look how far behind the top I am now. I've had an awful day. But Man United might be able to brighten it. If Man United go out there and do a bit, I've got to change it. I've got to get rid of Firmino. I don't even know why he's in there. It's awful. Get rid of Firmino. I've got to replace him. I need to strengthen that team. But if Bruno, Greenwood, and Shaw have a good game today, I could easily pick up 50, 60 points today and push myself up that table. But there we go. That's my fantasy league as it stands right now. We're going to go to your calls. First up on the show, we're going to get Chuck Singh. Chuck Singh's going to be on here with me to have his say. Smash that like and share button. Let's go, people. Welcome back to the terrace. What's on your mind, mate?
I just want to compliment Spurs for how they played today. I actually feel I was kind of laughing when a lot of people were making fun of Nuno when he first joined them, because they probably feel, like you said, maybe they felt it was a downgrade from Antonio Conte, and I still believe it's a downgrade. Not necessarily a downgrade, but I don't think Nuno is as good as Conte. But he's still a very quality manager. And definitely, they are not going to win the league. I don't think they will. But I don't even think Nuno will win them a trophy. I think he's just this sort of manager that will come and stabilize Spurs, make them a very organized team. We saw how his Wolves side were organized when in the first 2 years they were in the Premier League. So I think he's just going to organize the team, make them more structurally solid and more resolute defensively. Then probably from there, they can go on to maybe like a Conte or another manager that can now proceed to winning the league. So I think probably about a year or two tops, he'll be there to make everything balance. So I don't think they should really be rushing like they want to get a trophy now. They should just calm down. Like, it's a process and it takes time.
Yeah, mate, definitely. That's going to take them time to really get resolved and get done and get where they want to be and stuff like that. There's no doubt about it. I think that it's going to be tough for them though. It's going to be really, really tough to win trophies for Spurs, but they're definitely on the right tracks. They're definitely on the right track with who's come in, who they've bought, and everything else. I think Spurs could do very, very well under Nuno. He's a manager that I've got a lot of faith in. I think he's very, very talented indeed. Chucks, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate that, bro. Top man. Thank you. Next up, Glenn's on. Glenn is a Tottenham fan. Welcome back to the terrace. What do you want to say, mate?
What is going on, Terry? Yeah, man. I'm happy with the result, of course. Did think it was not a scrape, but it was definitely, you had sort of shades of Mourinho there when you got the leads. You're just trying to hang on to it now because, to be honest with you, I thought Sarr looked good out there, to be honest with you, for Watford. I actually thought he was looking pretty scary. So every time he was actually, making his runs, I was getting a little bit worried there, thinking, oh, what's going to happen on this one?
Hello?
Happy with the result, but hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello? So you cut out. That was all.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so ultimately happy with the result. I think, to be honest with you, we're looking solid. I do think whenever Moura isn't on, or in Ndombele, and unfortunately Ndombele not looking like he's going to play him, we do lack a bit of dynamism in the midfield, like sort of the creativity, a bit of the attacking threat. Like it's a little bit gone, and obviously it feels weird to say that, obviously because we got Son and Kane, right? But obviously they're not playing last season. Nuno switched it up a little bit. We're sort of experimenting a little bit. I'm liking the direction that we're going. I think we're looking very solid. I do think that if we get another midfielder in, maybe a creative, that would be fantastic. And as for the defenders. I mean, look, at the start of last season, we had like least goals conceded from open play. So we know that Sanchez and have their moments where they look very, very.
Yeah, so you're really struggling with your signal, mate. Yeah, really? Just keep cutting. Yeah, sorry, keep going, mate. It's back again now. Sorry, go on.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So obviously, like, at least so we know that Dyer and Sanchez, like, they do look good, like, at the start. But I mean, as the season goes on, you know, you can't rely on them for a whole season, at least as a pair. So want Romero on as soon as possible, like, especially because I think once we get to Chelsea, the music's going to stop a little bit for us. Do you know what I mean? Depending on, you know, what happens with that result, because, you know, so far, I mean, City's obviously been the biggest game of the game so far. But I think once we get up to Chelsea, we're definitely going to need ourselves a really, really, really solid defense.
Yeah,
and can we rely on that for those two? I'm not too sure. Do you know what I mean? Really want to
and I do get that. But listen, I'll make you favourites to beat Crystal Palace. I think you're going to go into the Chelsea game on 12 points. And I'm not saying you then go into Chelsea and Arsenal back to back, which are going to be very difficult games.
Yeah.
But you're giving yourself an insurance policy and a foundation. You know, if you'd have got beat by City in the opening day of the season, drop points last week when you were under pressure to Wolves, and then won today as an example, you go into those really tough games under a bit of pressure because we could get two more losses here. You know, no matter how bad Arsenal are, you know derbies are a leveler. They're a leveler. Yeah. So, but you go into these games where you're probably in your heart of hearts thinking with the underdogs, even at home against Chelsea. But you've got a little bit of hope. And even if you get a narrow defeat, because of your start to the season, it's not the end of the world, really and truly. And I just think you've looked very, very good. I think Romero will hopefully, as you say, be in after for the Crystal Palace game, because he's a very, very talented centre-back. I think he's going to make a signing or two over the next day or so. I would look out for Traore coming in as well. So but it's such a positive start. Look, what I would say to you is this.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, Nuno knows what he's doing. Nuno is a talented guy. If Nuno wants, I'm going to say this to Spurs fans, especially on social media Spurs fans, you don't know more than Nuno.
Yeah.
I know everyone thinks I know more about their club, but none of you know more than Nuno. Nuno is one of the most underrated managers in Europe. If he wants Adama, let him have Adama Traore.
I agree. To be honest with you, I like it. I really like the look of Traore. And I think we do need... Everyone is sort of focused on the fact that his lack of end product is a bit frustrating, but his lack of end product is more frustrating when you don't have people who can score on your team. You don't have strikers like Kane or Son. But the fact that we do have them, he frees up and like relieves pressure from someone like Son, who really needs it, because when Son is pressured, his goal scoring ability does diminish. But when you actually give him that space to shoot, that guy will bang off goals like you ain't even seen. Like we have seen, frankly. So like having Traore on there would be great. And it would actually be great alongside someone like Luka as well, because when you've got those types of attacking threats now, people who can really just cut through defenses like butter, once you get that to like a Kane or a Son, boom, they're going to do what they can do. So I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I'm hearing like Mariba, we'll have to see. You know, I'm hearing all these other links and we'll have to see. But Traore, I think, would be a fantastic signing. It did feel a little bit expensive at first, but I am looking forward to that. And I would love to see what Nuno does with it, man. I'm really warming up to Nuno. Like, I think at first I was like a lot of the Spurs fans, I was like, okay, it's not Conte. But you know what I mean? Like, not many are going to be Conte. And as well as that, like, Nuno is really experimental and dynamic, I think. You can't, like, he does like to try different ideas. Like, him even putting, like, Lo Celso at left wing. Like, people were just like, well, I'm not really sure about that one. But, like, let's see what he can do with it. Do you know what I mean? So like, I like the ideas he's coming with.
110%. And I just feel like some Tottenham fans were far too disrespectful towards him when he first came in and stuff like that. But Glenn, great call, mate. Thanks for coming on and having your say. Man. Really appreciate it, bro. Top man. Thank you. Where's the Arsenal fans? No, do you know what's mad? Like, no one's here for this stream. It's like Tottenham won. They're top of the league. All the rivals have stayed away from this one. So big up the Football Terrace hardcore that are here. And, of course, the Spurs fans in the house. But this is for you. Excellent performance today. A lot of people saying you parked the bus. 15 shots on goal. 8 chances created in the game. And you had great opportunities. I mean, you should have scored 2 or 3 more as far as I'm concerned today. But what an excellent start to the season. You can add more goals later. The most important thing is to have a base and a foundation to grow from. And Tottenham have it right now. It's an excellent, excellent, excellent start to the season, without a shadow of a doubt, to a man. Absolutely brilliant start. Egal's coming on in just a moment to have his say, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of rival chat. You know, that's what the Football Terrace is about. If you're watching over on Give Me Sport and you're new to the Football Terrace, come check us out over here on YouTube. When you're done, come subscribe to our channel. We do match reactions for every top six, every big six team in the Premier League after their games, live on the Football Terrace, live on Give Me Sport, and live on the Football Terrace Twitch account. Check out your descriptions below wherever you're watching, and make sure you're following us across all our social media accounts, especially my Twitter account. Come check out my Twitter account now. I'll put that up on the screen so you can all see it. But come check out it's at Terry Fleurs. That's my full name. As I said, I'm going to put it on the screen for you right now so you can see it at Terry Fleurs. The link's also in the description as well. You can see it there. Come check me out on my Twitter account. Come give me a follow over there, please, ladies and gentlemen. I want to try and hit the 40,000 mark pretty damn soon. So get yourselves across, people. Let's get that done. Come give me a follow, especially if you're new to the Football Terrace right about now. We've got Alan to come on the show in a few moments as well, who is, of course, a Tottenham fan, but Egal is up first. What you saying, mate?
This weekend just gets worse and worse, Terry. Look, I'll tell you this. We've been here before with Tottenham being top of the league, but I did not expect us to be at the bottom of the league. So I'll say this. I was wrong at the beginning of the season when I spoke to a gentleman where I was saying the trajectories of the two clubs are polar opposites. I guess I was right. Theirs is going up and ours was going down. I wasn't right about my prediction, but today's game, they're showing that their defense, Nuno's a good manager, and they have themselves a really good chance of getting back into the top four if anybody slips up out of the top four teams. But at the end of the day, it's still early in the season, and I'm very disappointed to see how they're performing in comparison to ourselves. So that's good signs for them.
Yeah, I mean, they do look very, very good indeed. There is no doubt about it. And it's the base, it's the trajectory, it's the where can they go from here. The most important thing that any team can have is a solid backline. And when you've got a team where you've got Sanchez and Dyer at the back, two players that Spurs fans or the club want to get rid of. Like, if Jules Koundé agreed to come Tottenham, Sanchez wouldn't be here. But yet Nuno's got them looking right. The level of disrespect Nuno was shown by the footballing world this summer when he became the Tottenham manager was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I am biased because I know him. In fact, he was the first, I can't even say that actually, NDAs, but he was one of the first football clients I had apart my books. He did a very, that really helped me in my career as well. So I'm very, very biased towards Nuno because he did a lot for my life. And he doesn't even really realize that. Like, he doesn't realize that he agreed to do something and then all these other footballers followed suit. So thank you, Nuno. You helped change things for me. But he's a very good manager as well, 100%. So yeah, I want him to do very, very well indeed. He deserves that massively. Hey, Gal, we will chat with you later. Big panel show, by the way, after the Man United game in a few hours' time. We're going to round up a bit of the weekend's Premier League actions, but hope to have a Gal back on soon and have you say, top man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Alan's on next. Alan is a Spurs fan. He looks like the cat who got the cream. Let's check out what Alan's got to say, people. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad, yourself?
I'm very good, mate. I feel redeemed with my Nuno support earlier on in the season. I feel redeemed.
Yeah, it's going well so far. We caught City cold. Wolves should have got something from the game. We got the 1-0 win, which is a good sign that we dug out a 1-0 win. And today, in part, we looked all right. I said I'd back whoever the manager was. He's doing okay so far. There's still signs that there's a lot of work to go. So whereas Spurs fans are, getting ahead of themselves, they're top of the league and all that, take one game at a time, because I expect us to beat Palace, and then knowing the next two games, that's where we'll come a cropper for me. But it's going all right so far. 3-1-0 wins, can't say for that, but always err on the side of caution with Spurs because we always tend to we start really well. We always tend to be Spursy. So just take it one game at a time. Nuno's doing a good job. He's got us settled. He's got us doing all right. How he's managed to get Dyer and Sanchez with 3 clean sheets in a row, I will not understand. He must be better than Mourinho, but I'm joking. People are going to come after me for that. But yeah, it's going all right so far.
I don't think he's better than Mourinho.
Yeah, he's not.
Mourinho's peak. I think he's better than Mourinho now, and that's where we're at. It is what it is. Roger Federer is getting beat by people in tennis now that he would have beaten 6-love in his pomp. They're not better than Roger Federer's best, but they're better than Roger Federer now. And that's Nuno at this moment in time is a better manager in the contemporary era than Mourinho is. He may never touch what Mourinho's achieved, but that's irrelevant. There's every manager. Brian Clough had his day. That's the most astonishing thing about Fergie. Fergie got out when he's still on the bloody top. Most don't get to do that. Most don't get to do it indeed. But a really good start from you. What else do you think, Alan, your team now needs before the end of this transfer window to really, give you that real sense of confidence ahead of the remainder of the season?
So for me, I don't understand why we keep going for wingers. Our problem area does lie in defence. So we've got 3 clean sheets. Dyer and Sanchez have their moments. We do need another central defender to beef up that area. I'd have another right back in to get Aurier out the door and have Tanganga and another right back vying for the place. I'd have another central midfielder in, and we need a backup striker to Kane. We can't go without, if we bring no one in and having Son there. He does a job when he's not there, but we need another striker to come in. Should Harry Kane get injured, because he always does. But for me, we're going for too many wingers, which I don't understand. I wouldn't go for Traore. I think what we've got is better than what he is at this moment in time. So I wouldn't worry about that. But that's the area I'd focus on. I'm just a bit shocked that we haven't gone for more defenders when that's been our problem area in recent years.
I do hear you on that. Leaf here, or as we like to call him, Keith with an L, says,
Keith,
good job. Come on, be a fan. That's our job. We have a 100% record. Not even our best 11. He's basically saying you're being too negative still, Alan. He's saying you're being too negative.
No, I'm being realistic. As a Spurs fan, I'm being realistic. Because what happened last time, there were certain fans that were saying, after 11 games last season, we're going to win a league. We came 7th. So I'm just being realistic. Take it a game at a time at the moment. See what happens. After the international break, I expect Arsenal, when they've got players back, to get better. Not going to say they're going to win the league or anything like that. They will get better than what they are. They always give us a game of theirs. Chelsea's another massive game as well. So we'll just take it one game at a time. But I'm not getting ahead of myself. It's 3 games in. It's just 3 games. So
I hear that. Matt here says Roma have won 3 out of 3 as well. Terry, relax. I'm not saying the league. There's nothing to relax about. I'm stating that they're doing better than people expected, because Nuno is a much better manager than people gave him credit for. That's my point. I don't think he was given anywhere near the credit that a manager of his caliber deserves. Do I think Spurs are going to win the league? No. Am I starting to get a feeling that you could push for the top 4? Yes, starting to get a feeling that you could do it. But I still think we've got to wait so we hit that 10-game mark to see where you're at. You've got Chelsea and Arsenal back-to-back coming up soon. Now, if you come through your next 3 games and you're sitting on anything over 15 points, you've given yourself that base for the start of the season to challenge for the top 4 again. And the fact you've kept Kane, this is the 2 things I would say to people that are doubting Spurs. There is the Spursy element. There is the Spursy element that we know exists.
Yeah.
Kane is highly likely to score loads of goals this year because he's Harry Kane. If your defense remains this resolute and Harry Kane scoring goals, only a stupid person would say no chance of top 4. You might say, no, I think they'll miss out. There's better teams. But if you can continue to defend this well and Harry Kane and Son score goals, there is a genuine chance you could make it into the top 4. Because that's all you need to win things in football is scorers and good defense. The football's that easy, really.
We're ahead of where I thought we'd be. So I was one of them who was like, I didn't want Nuno as manager, because I just see him as a person who's similar to Mourinho in the way he plays. That's just my opinion. But he's doing a better job than I thought. He is doing a better job than I thought. So I'll give him credit for that at the moment. I thought with the way he's handled Kane and on the Bele situation as well behind the scenes, and the way he's dealt with him in the media as well. So he's doing all the right things at the moment. So long may it continue.
I get that. It's at least come back and says, no, we need to be, we should not be realistic. We have to get carried away. That's the purpose of being a football fan. This is our best start ever. And we have 60% capacity. Do you know what though? I wanted to ask, I didn't know, I haven't seen the stat. This must be your best ever start to a Premier League campaign.
I think we've done it before, winning first three. I think we've done it before where we've lost the fourth, and so I think if we beat Palace, that would be our best start. But I think we've done it before where we've won the first three games and lost the fourth. I can't recall the year, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's a very good start. But yeah, it's too early you open yourself a leaf. You're letting people ridicule when we start going downhill. No, don't do it.
No, I hear you on that.
Don't get sucked in.
I hear you on that. Phil here on Give Me Sport says a great start to the season. Let's keep going, but we'll not get ahead of ourselves. It's a long season. Yeah, and I think that's a fair one. I get where Leaf's coming from. I look at it this way. Great start. You got in the next 3 or 4 games, if you maintain this, you're giving yourself a great base and platform to push on from in the season. But I'm just starting. There's little embers. So just starting where I'm thinking Spurs could shock a few people. And that's why I was saying about football. Again, if everyone's watching on Give Me Sport and you're new to the Football Terrace, you'll hear me say this as the host every week. This notion of just picking the favourites for everything makes me angry because nothing's ever that simple. Never.
Yeah, well, before the start of the season, with everything that's still going on with the Kane and who we hadn't signed, I said that Spurs would finish around 6th or 7th again. So anything above that's a bonus. So, if we do end up finishing 5th, for me, it's a plus this season, considering everything that's happened. But, one game at a time. And if we can sneak top 4 somehow, then for Spurs fans, it's Christmas.
There we go. Here you on that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're back after Wolves versus Manchester United. Congratulations today to Tottenham Hotspur, top of the league, 100% record, no goals conceded. Make sure you go and check out all my social media accounts. They're in the description below. But until next time, take care.